Something that concerns me a lot is the idea that we would even look like China in any way. So can I have your commitment that as long as you're the chairman of the Federal Reserve System, that we will never have a central bank digital currency?
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again.
Yeah.
So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling back. Of course, we had some altcoins pop off of news. And right now, we have stocks flat, and we have Jerome in the house. And I'm going to go over that later. And we have hedge funds short Ethereum. But guys, we know cryptos move together. The only way Ethereum is going to take a dump if we get some type of news that's out of the ordinary. We're in crypto. We understand this. The markets move together. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates moving up as Jerome is in the house. And we know as the conversation goes on, yield rates are going to be volatile. And right now, we have the dollar slightly down. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have 4.51 billion worth of stable coins were issued on Ethereum and Tron in the last 7 days. And yes, you heard that correct. They've been printing these stable coins out of thin air the same way the Fed has done. And then, of course, we have USDC market cap surges of 56 billion, fully recovers from bear market, but we know stable coins really don't have a bear market. But we know stable coins are going to be the foundation of this new economy because they're nothing but digital dollars, but this time they're going to be programmable, being able to tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 99 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And we have Jerome Powell in the house. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer in order to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And you know I'm going to bring you a video of this later on today. But we know Jerome Powell is going to say the economy is doing great. The jobs market is pretty good. They're going to be data dependent. And then, of course, he'll touch on tariffs, but again, touch that they have to be data dependent before they can make a move. But these tariffs are definitely going to weigh on all sectors of the economy, not just in the United States, but globally. Remember, they want to destroy this legacy market globally, but the United States dollar is what keeping everything afloat. But once Trump devalues the dollar, take us to a level playing field, the emerging markets will rise. The BRICS nations, led by China, with that digital yuan, they're going to lead us into this fourth industrial revolution. And the United States is behind on purpose because we're the last free nation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have states pushing for Bitcoin reserve, over 27 states pushing for Bitcoin and crypto. And that is definitely by design. And eventually, all 50 states will be moved over to Bitcoin and crypto, and they'll never know they're using these digital assets. Don't forget to watch the video I did last night, because we definitely have to watch Scott Bessent, the hedge fund guy in charge of the money supply. So we know they have something up their sleeves. Remember, he's a George Soros guy. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have Saudi Arabia allocated $14.9 billion to develop AI, forming global partnership with tech giants like Google, Lenovo, and Alibaba. So guys, when it comes to AI, remember this is global, along with Bitcoin and crypto. It's not one single country that's not moving in lockstep. Of course, they play the Hegelian dialectic and the mainstream media, but all of them have a plan for this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. Now we have Grayscale files for a spot Cardano ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. And then plus, we have news of Litecoin ETF may be approved soon. And both Litecoin and Cardano received a pump. But I definitely see Litecoin being approved soon. We know that's one of the oldest cryptos. And then plus, it's a fork of Bitcoin. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Swedish payments firm Klarna is reportedly eyeing for a U.S. IPO this year, with the CEO announcing plans to embrace crypto. And these fintech apps, these fintech loans are set up exactly for cryptocurrency. Remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have HoloNem Foundation acquiring Gitcoin Passport. And we know they're pushing digital ID. And the great way to push it is to identify whether you're a bot or whether you're a human. And when it came to Twitter, they used to expose all the bots that were on Twitter. Remember, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, changed to the X, he said he was going to get rid of the bots, but we see the bots have definitely taken over. If you go look in the comments section, they're taking over the actual conversation, and then plus will sway the conversation, and people will fall for it. So that just lets you know they were never trying to get rid of the bots. They want the bots to take over, because if decisions are being made online, which eventually they will, the powers that be will have control over the majority, and only a handful of us will know what actually is going on. Remember, while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And lastly, we have FTX to start 16 billion creditor repayments on February 18th. And it's going to be anywhere from 6.5 billion to 7 billion in the first phase. And we know Mike Novogratz, Galaxy Digital, is in charge of FTX Fund. And we know these dates change, but make sure you're keeping an eye out, because if this date is correct, it will affect markets. And February is a short month. Those last 2 weeks of the month, we always pull back anyway. We have the third Friday for stocks, and then also the last week of the month, futures contracts and Bitcoin and crypto end. So this is definitely going to be a volatile next 2 weeks. So we'll definitely be on a roller coaster ride. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.